Hello everyone. My name is Saleem and I'm moderator of this webinar. Welcome to all of you here and I hope you are all well. Our webinar title is Unleashing Your Inner Strength. It is actually the process of tapping into and harnessing your inner resources, resilience, and potential to overcome challenges and achieve goals and live a more fulfilling life. But our aim of this session increase self-awareness and confidence, improve resilience and stress management, enhance creativity and problem-solving skills, better relationship and communication skill, greater sense of purpose and direction. Our speaker for this session is Ma'am Tessy Ilozue. She is very kindness and intelligent woman, and currently she is CEO of Love and Light and mentor of Women Ascension. A big welcome of our speaker from us. Thank you.
Thank you. I can hear the applause
Welcome,
in everybody's
ma'am.
heart. Thank you, Urooj. Did I pronounce your name well? Urooj.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
correct.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yay! I love it when I get the names right. So it really makes me happy. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. It's always such a delight. I really don't even think about the offers when they come. Once you just tell me, oh, I want you to speak on something, I'm like, yes, I haven't even asked you what am I going to speak on because it's an exciting time for me. Mayan is like my sister in my heart, and I don't know how we had that, but she's so dear to my heart. And sometimes you wonder how God makes those connections. I really don't know what our relationship will be like or what the essence of our relationship is yet, but I know that she has a place in my heart. And whenever she says, hey, come, I want you to talk to people or anyone from the team. In fact, as soon as I saw Urooj's message, I don't have her number. And then she just said for Women Ascension. I didn't even think twice. I just said, oh, okay, no problem. I didn't care if it was a scam or I didn't even think about it. That's how dear Women Ascension is to me, and mine in particular. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Urooj, so much for being so kind and so sweet. I hope that we have a great time. I'm going to tell you that I'm actually going to have this meeting with everyone on a low battery, but don't worry, I'm sure we'll be able to get it done before my phone goes, off and everything. I'm having power issues, so I haven't been able to charge my phone since yesterday. So I just decided to conserve. So I've reduced the amount of time I've been on the phone today so that I can spend some time with you guys. Okay, so we're talking about inner strength. And, when I see topics like inner strength, it excites me because we all have a measure of inner strength. It's something that we've all walked through. As a matter of fact, the reason why you are where you are today is probably because you've exerted some form of inner strength, you know and it is not something we take lightly. It's not something we should take lightly. I don't take it lightly. So, while I was growing up as a young person, everyone that I worked with would always tell me things like, you're so strong, you're so strong. Well, basically, I was a tomboy, right? So you'd catch me wear, oh yeah, you catch me wear them jeans, big shoes. I was a professional dancer as well. I was a hip hop dancer. So you can imagine the look that I had. And when people say you are strong, I'm like, yes, I know I'm strong because I exercise and I dance a lot. However, they kept emphasizing that there's something about you. You have so much strength. And this is me, literally, any little thing you say to me that saddens me, I'm crying. Ah, amazing. I used to share clothing with my brothers. Like when they go shopping, I go shopping with them. That's how bad mine was. So I had that softness on my inside, even though I looked like I was strong. A little word would break me down. I would cry at the slightest, provocation, just something. Yes, people kept saying there's something strong about you. And I didn't understand what it was. It wasn't until recently that I started realizing that the strength they're talking about was not a physical strength. It was a sort of like a resilience that I had. I am so optimistic. Like I don't know how to see hopelessness. All I see is hopefulness. Like it's I won't say it's a disease, but that's how deep it is. I always see hope. I don't know how to see, even when the world is falling apart, somehow there's always a ray of sunshine somewhere for me. I'm always looking at the good side. And I think that's the reason why I've been able to get to the point where I am. One of these days, I'll get the opportunity to share with you my life story, maybe just as a means of everyone connecting. I will just share my life story from the beginning to the end. It's a lot. I probably should write a book, but I'm sure it will help someone sometime, but that's the kind of environment I found myself. Not so, if anyone had told me I'll be here speaking with you guys, I'll probably say no. I always wished it. In fact, I'll tell you a small story and then we'll start the slides. Is I was talking to someone recently about traveling outside the country. And why I was telling her about when I was little, when I was really young, you know how you have classmates in primary school and everybody is like, oh, they gave birth to me here. And it was a private school. So I had people from different classes in the same in the same place. And what now happened was that one of those days, my dad had told me that my first birthday was on a newspaper, was published on the national newspaper of my country. And so I wanted to prove to my classmates that I was from a well-to-do home. So I took this newspaper. I do not know what happened to the newspaper. I lost it. And I really felt bad. Now, fast forward into secondary school, I decided to want to belong out of peer pressure. This one would say, "Oh, during the summer I traveled to the UK." This one would say, "I went to America." This one would say, "I went." I didn't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I didn't step out of my house because my parents couldn't even afford to send me on an excursion within the country, not to talk of traveling outside the country. So, what was the point? I needed to belong. So I started to lie and say things like, "Oh, I was born abroad," you know, I had this, I had that. It was all a lie. But you know how bad it was the more I spoke about those things, the more I believed they were true. It got to the point where I actually started believing that I was actually born outside the country. I had to go and ask my mom, like, come, is this thing true? Was I really born out? And she was like, no, you're not. Where did you get that idea from? But because I had said that as a lie over time, I had come to believe it. You see, so I started coming up with different reasons why I shouldn't, for example, travel outside the country. I would say things like Nigeria is better. It's better to be in your own country. That was just a coping mechanism to keep me from feeling bad that I couldn't afford it. Now, here I am speaking with people from other parts of the world, from the comfort of my home, not something I ever dreamt of. And that's because I started to dream again. I started to dream and say, I could do it. I can talk to people. This is me. I can reach out to people. And one day, I know one day very soon, I'm going to be out of the shores of this country for visits, not even to live per se, but just to be able to travel the world. So I'm saying that to you to say, keep your dreams alive. Don't think that, you know, everything is going to just keep your dreams alive. You will get there. The question is, are you willing to stay through it? My son feels the same. He doesn't feel connected with children of his age. Oh wow, kids nowadays need too much validation to win a heart. And he's, oh yes, yes, yes. That's the thing. Once you have children who are brought up differently, because you're giving him what you never had, so he has that need to want to be validated and to be sure. It's a big deal for us parents, but there's grace. There's grace to do it. Okay, so let's go on with our slides. Finding inner strength, unleash your awesomeness. I love the title. It's just beautiful. I hope you like the picture of the little girl because we all have that little girl on our inside. So what is inner strength? Inner strength is like a superpower that helps you tackle life's challenges with confidence and resilience. Okay, so look at that. I like to do keywords. Inner strength is like a superpower. You see, not power. Inner strength is not a power. It's a superpower, meaning it exceeds the natural thing that comes with you. Okay. And what does this superpower do? It helps you tackle life's challenges with confidence and resilience. Remember, if you look at that line, it didn't say life challenges that you may have. Life challenges, meaning you will have life challenges, okay? And with confidence and resilience, okay? So that's the thing. Inner strength is not a inner strength is a superpower. It's like that extra boost. I don't know how many of us have seen Fast and Furious. I love to watch movies, by the way, so I always talk a lot about movies. Fast and Furious is a movie. It's had like is it 8 or 9 parts now? Where you have Vin Diesel as the actor and all, where he has this car. He's a drift. he drifts. They do the speed driving with cars. And so when they're on a race, they are driving with their regular gear, right? But when it's time to now win or get to a certain point, guess what they do? They switch. He switches to something that gives him like superpower and moves the car so fast, it's unbelievable. That's what inner strength is. Inner strength is that superpower that helps you tackle life's challenges, because you will have them. You can't, every one of us, if I were to open up the microphone and ask everybody to share something they are going through, everybody has at least three things they are going through with themselves right now, at least. And that's because, it is very, very, how do I put it? It is not something you can do without. Life challenges come to make you better. Someone was asking me one time, said that he wishes or she wishes that life, you just go through life and have whatever you wanted. I'm like, so where's the fun in that? What's the challenge? How do I know that I can do something if I don't get challenged? If I don't meet an obstacle, how am I supposed to show that I have power? Do you understand what I'm saying? How would a bird know he knows how to fly if he doesn't have something to catch and that needs him to fly? You need to know that you have something, and how you know is by facing challenges. So we all ask God to bless us. We all say, oh, God, bless us today, bless us, oh, give us money, give us this. But how would you value the money if you don't have to do something to get there? How would you value it if you don't work for it? That's the reason why when people get free money, I don't know if it's happened to anybody. When you get free money, the first thing you do is spend it on things that don't matter, until that money reduces to like some little bit, and then your brain now kicks in and says, that's true, let me invest this money, maybe I should save it, maybe I should buy this. That's because it was free money. You didn't need to do anything to get it, so you're free with the money. You do whatever you want to do with it, which is why when corrupt governments take money, they do whatever they want to do with it, okay? Because they didn't work for it. It wasn't legitimately gotten. All right, so let's move to the next slide. Key ingredients. So what are the key ingredients of inner strength? Okay. Oh, you never got free money. I should give you free money one of these days. I'm sure. Let me work very hard so I can give you free money, mine. So key ingredients for inner strength, right? Number one is self-awareness. Okay. So when you talk about inner strength, it's a superpower. So we all know Superman, don't we? I'm sure we all do. We all know Superman. Superman is the Superman that everybody knows. I mean, everybody in the world loves Superman. I don't know who doesn't. If you don't like Superman, I don't have anything to say to you, but I like Superman. Okay. I like Superman so much. That's what I call my husband. Right. So Henry Cavill is the Superman. Okay. So I love Superman. And if you notice that there are things that make Superman Superman, okay? So that's why we're talking about the key ingredients that make up inner strength. Number one is self-awareness. If I don't know if in this community I can see a few people I know who are on the mentorship group with me. I also hear. So we talked about self-awareness. Hi, Tamina. I can see Tamina. So self-awareness is one of those things that makes you develop inner strength. Okay, it's one of the ingredients of inner strength. So let's assume that inner strength is a bowl of food. Okay, and in that bowl of food, several things make up that bowl of food, right? And if any of you who is here, if you remember my favorite food from the last session we had, it would be nice if you just popped it up, just for the sake of everybody else, so that you can know the kind of food I like eating. There's particular food I mentioned that I enjoyed eating at an Asian restaurant, and I mentioned it. So self-awareness is like one of those things. Nigerian rice, yeah, biryani, yes, that's it. So I was trying to remember the name, honestly. Thank you, Mayan. So it's just like a bowl of biryani, right? So you have so many things that made up that food, that make up that food. So self-awareness for inner strength is one of them. Self-awareness is being aware of yourself. What does it mean to be aware of yourself? Is to say, this is me, I'm Tessy, I enjoy talking, I am very, very soft in the heart, I love to mingle with people, I also feel sad when this happens to me. All of it's knowing yourself. Self-awareness is, a lot of us aren't self-aware. We just go through the motions of time. We don't take time to figure out who we are. And that's the reason why we're not moving. That's the reason why we're not enjoying the things we should enjoy out of life, because we're not self-aware. You don't know who you are. You something happens to you and you're asking yourself, I can't believe I did that. No, you shouldn't be surprised. You should know the triggers that you have. You should know your triggers. You should know what your happy moments are. You should know the things that excite you. That way you're able to know how to, you know, to do that. So self-awareness is really important. Okay. So number 2 ingredient that makes up inner strength is resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is no matter how many times I'm put down, I'm going to keep going. That's resilience. No matter how many times life throws stones at me, I'm going to wipe my blood. I'm going to wipe my sweat. I'm going to wipe the dirt, and I'm going to keep going. Even if I have to crawl, I'm just going to keep moving. I refuse to stay still. I refuse to stay in this spot. That is resilience. Resilience is not taking all the crap from the world and then saying, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm down. Yes, it's okay to feel sad. Acknowledge it. That's why I said self-awareness is important. Acknowledge that you're down. Acknowledge that you feel sad. Acknowledge that things aren't going well. But you see, after you finish acknowledging, you want to keep going. That's resilience. Okay. Every one of us must have resilience. It's to say, no matter what the world throws at me, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to keep going. Now, the third ingredient for inner strength is confidence. We all know what confidence is. Confidence is more of an inner strength than it is a physical thing. So when people say things like, I want to be confident, or you find out that people start to dress confidence, but they don't feel confident. The beauty about confidence is when it's true, it shows on the outside, even if you're looking rough. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why you find out that someone who is confident on the inside, no matter what they wear on the outside, they look like power people. You can just tell that this person is confident. I wasn't able to say that I was confident a long while ago, but now I can say that I'm confident. People used to say, oh yeah, confident girl. I never felt confident. I felt like I used to, you know, put it up. I felt like I used to, maybe, and how do I put it? I used to put up a physical confidence. That's what I thought, that's what I used to do. But now I am confident. I can tell you that I'm a confident girl. It doesn't matter who steps into the room. I may be nervous for a bit, but I get my stuff together. I get myself together and I stand. That's what confidence is. And this is the key ingredient. So as we list out the key ingredients, I want you to also begin to look at yourself and ask yourself, am I self-aware? Am I resilient? Do I have true confidence, not fake confidence? Okay. Now, determination is another key ingredient. What's determination? Determination is, I will get this thing done no matter what. Resilience and determination are, they are like siblings. Okay. Determination is, no matter what, I will get this done. But determination doesn't cancel the fact that sometimes there are some things you should let go. Okay? There are some things that you should let go. All right? So determination is very important. Now, empowerment. What is empowerment? Empowerment is like, how do I put it now? If you were going hiking, okay, first of all, let me ask this. How many of us have ever gone hiking? How many of us have ever gone hiking? If you have, let me know in the group chat. Yay, awesome. So how did you feel going hiking? What were the tools you went with when you were going hiking? Would you like to share with us? Good shoes, awesome. Oh, Mohammed, you too. Awesome, good. So you went with good shoes. What else did you go with? With supporting shoes, okay. Water, awesome. What else? One more. Stamina. Supporting stick. Thank you, Mayan. You got it. Appropriate dressing. You guys are on point. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is good. This is good. So now you understand what empowerment is. Empowerment are those things that help you go on the journey and makes your journey easy. That's what empowerment is. So it depends on where you're headed to. For example, when you're going hiking, for me, when I go hiking, you see that stick, mine, I don't joke with that stick because I love to go really high. So where I live in Nigeria, has a lot of hills, where I moved to in Nigeria. It has a lot of hills. Like right now, as I'm speaking to you and I look at my window, I can see two hills right in front of me. So that's how like it's surrounded by a lot of hills. So once in a while, you want to go relax somewhere. Lucky me here. So you just climb up the hill, sit down, and then you have a good time. Or I go with my family or my boys or something. Is just around me. So whenever I go hiking, I like to challenge myself. So going with a stick is compulsory. Wearing shoes that have great grip. Because sometimes when you're climbing the hill, if it's a rocky one, if your shoes aren't comfortable or the right shoes with the right grip, you will slip off, which is the reason you have the stick as a backup. So even if I wear shoes with grips, I always ensure I have that stick with me, a strong one. I always go with water. I go with my knapsack, something light to have like maybe my band. I go with my first aid kits inside my bag. I can be too much. I go the extra mile. I even take extra clothes just in case, you know. So I'm telling you, mine is crazy. I do too much, So I have that with me just so that when I get to the top, of course, I have food because when I get tired, I want to eat something to snack on and, all of that. Then I go with my phone. What are all these things I'm going on? Does the hiking need it? No, but I need it to make the hiking worth it because I want to make the journey good. That's what empowerment is. So empowerment is basically you going on the journey with the things you need to make it easy. One of the reasons you're here and I'm speaking with you is because you're getting empowered. You're getting empowered with the tools that you need to make sure you excel in your career and in life in general. That's why we're here talking. So empowerment is you acquiring those things needed for you to go on the journey, whatever it is. If it is getting skills, polishing your skills, go ahead. If it's your communication skills, go ahead and do it. But you must be empowered. You can have all of this. If you're not empowered, it's not going to be for anything because how are you going to attempt the journey you're going to? How will you have resilience when you don't? For example, one of those days I went hiking with my husband and we were climbing up the hill. I think I noticed that was it my shoes or something? One of them had pulled off from underneath. So if as soon as I got to that point, I realized that it had pulled off. I wasn't panicking because I had some extra shoes in my bag. Like I said, I do too much. I had an extra footwear, and thank God I did. I went with that. You see, my stick broke. I found another one. So you must be able to empower yourself as you go. So these are the key ingredients for inner strength. So let's keep going. I hope we are finding ourselves as we're listening. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So what are the benefits of inner strength? Because we're talking a lot about inner strength and people are like, do we really need that superpower? I'm fine. Some people say things like, I'm okay where I am. I just want to take life easy. That's not true. You're not okay where you are. You want to do more. And that's why you need to activate your inner strength. Again, your inner strength is not acquired physically. It is innately generated. You generate it from your inside. It comes from inside, not from outside. It's not external, it's internal. So what are the benefits of inner strength? Okay. Number one benefit, it helps you bounce back from setback. Every one of us would somehow have experienced setback. Earlier, middle of this year, or towards, I think it was like the third quarter of this year, I had shared with Maya one of the times we were on this mentorship, and I told her, I think I had mentioned something about closing my restaurant. Maya, do you remember? I said that I had to close my restaurant after starting for a while, yeah. And that was a setback. It was a setback because I had put a lot of money and I had convinced the whole world around me that I needed to start this restaurant. And now 3 months after, here I am shutting down. It was a major setback for me. But one of the reasons I was able to overcome that, not that I didn't cry. Oh, I did cry. I was telling someone yesterday that I shut down my restaurant and I cried like a baby. Everything around me shut down. I couldn't even cook. I couldn't do anything. Thank God I had a partner who was able to support me. I don't know what I would have done, you know. Yes, yes, we will. We will. Yes, my we will. So I at the end of the day, I realized that my life was crashing. But guess what? I looked inside and said, hey, Tessy, you are not all about the restaurant. There's so much more than you. you won't believe that my life as a mental health counselor picked up a notch after the setback I had. Why did he do that? Because I refused to let what happened on the outside affect what happened to me on the inside. I kept going. I kept going. Now, every single month, I am either speaking here with you guys, or I'm speaking somewhere else, or I'm talking, or I'm sharing my knowledge. I'm basically putting a lot of impact, which is what I've always wanted to do, and even more. Okay, so bouncing back from your setback is one of the benefits of having that inner strength. Okay, I'm still developing my inner strength, by the way, but I know it's big to a certain level, right? So I'm going to ask you guys how big your inner strength is as we go on. Another benefit is better decision making. If you don't have inner strength, you can't make great decisions. Now, good decision or a better decision does not mean a decision that wouldn't hurt. Okay, guys, I'll try not to go deep into it, but I'm sure mine gets what I'm saying. It is making better decisions does not mean you make fantastic decisions all the time. Sometimes the decisions you make are going to affect you more than whoever it is that is involved in you with you in that decision. Sometimes the decisions you make will set you back 6 months, but you know you have to make that decision. Just like I'm trying to convince Mayin to take 1 week or 2 weeks break, but she's like, nah, I only have 3 days, right? She knows that if she probably takes the 2 weeks, it's going to set her back in some form. So she has a decision to make to either go with it and damn that, or to actually find a way to manage herself and just take a few days off. So, but when you have inner strength, that's the only way you can make decisions like that. If mine didn't have some form of inner strength, I don't think I think she'll just say, you know what, I'm even taking the whole month. Whatever wants to happen, just happen. When I'm back, I'll see all of you, you know? But that's the idea. When you have inner strength, you can make decisions. You can make the right decisions. And it's okay to make terrible decisions sometimes. How would you know you made a good decision if you've never made a terrible one? You see, so it all works together. Now, another benefit of inner strength is increased self-esteem. When you're when you know that, one of my pastors says this. He says that if you take him and put him in the desert and you strip him of everything, he will make everything he has now and probably more. And what that says for me is what the reason I have what I have now is not because of what people give me, it's because it's on the inside. I just need to take me and put me in another environment and I will replicate the same thing. It's the same way. If I was to bring Mayin to Nigeria and say, hey, come and do Women Ascension, she will be able to replicate that thing because it's on the inside and not on the outside. You see? So that's what it is. It increases your self-esteem. You know who you are. Remember our last conversation on self-discovery? You know who you are. You understand that you're confident in yourself. And that's one of the benefits of that. Okay? Now, the last benefit here, which is not the least, is increased productivity. When you have inner strength, you will be productive. I keep using Mayin not because I'm trying to make her feel good, because she's the perfect example of someone I know and you all know. Okay, you guys may not know me as much, but you know Mayin more than myself. So you can relate with what I'm sharing. Okay, so Mayin is always posting. She's always doing this and doing. Sometimes I'm like, does she rest? Does she even like, I've never seen Mayin post anything fun. She's always working. Is entrepreneurial like call is something. She's always, doing something. And that's increased productivity. You're able to maximize in as much as you have little time. You can do a lot at the same time. That's what inner strength does for you. It keeps you going. So even when your body is tired, somehow you're able to multitask and even put things right. I'm not supporting overworking. Remember, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying productivity. Overworking is not the same as productivity. Productivity is whatever you're doing is yielding results. You can see tangible, realistic, and even beneficial results. Okay, that's productivity. So these are the 4 benefits. There are more, but I decided to just put, for yes, plan and execute. Awesome. Now, fun fact is you are stronger than you think. Okay, you are stronger than you think. Don't think you're not strong. You are super, super strong. Remember, I said that inner strength is inside, it's not outside. So I'm not here to give you inner strength. What I've come to do is to put fire on the already existing inner strength that you have so that it can wake up. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to ignite. I'm not here to give you. I'm not here to, push it into you. I'm here to just ignite it. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so reflective questions. Now, these questions are basically here. Are we all together? Before I even go on, are we together? Are you guys here? I can see a lot of messages going on in the chat, but I'm kind of only picking out the ones I want to respond to. When I'm done, I will go through the rest of it. Okay, so are we together? Okay, I can see Urooj is here. Other people, I want you to respond. I know mine is here. I can see her. I'm literally looking at her on my screen. So okay, so I'm sure they'll respond. Let's just keep going. I don't want us to waste time. So reflective questions, okay? Now, why I'm calling these reflective questions is I want you to reflect on them. It's not a topic. They are questions I want you to respond to. Now, first question here when it comes to inner strength is, what are my values? Before you start to know how to ignite your inner strength, you must have some questions you ask yourself, because that's what helps you know what it is you're doing. That's what helps you know, am I strong enough? Am I good enough to do this? Is what are your values? Your values are so important as a person. I'm not talking about your religious values. I'm not talking about your economical values. I'm talking about your values as a person. As Tessy, what are my values? I'll tell you three of them. One is family. Two is, okay, let me see what values I discovered which actually makes me, values I discovered which actually makes me truly uncomfortable. Really? How so? Anyway, I'm sure you share with me. So my values are integrity, family, and God. And when I say God, what it means for me is that my ability to extend love the way God loves me to other people, and to also bring, people in. All right. So, okay, I'll get to that now. I really want us to talk about that. It sounds interesting. So those are my values. Okay. My values are my family. Those are just three of them. I have others. I think they're about five, but I'll just give you three. Values are my family, integrity. If I say I'll do something, I'll do it no matter what it takes. And I also admire that about people when they keep their word. Yeah. And of course, God, because the only reason why I'm here and doing all I can is because of the giftings God has given me, the life He has given to me. And that's why I'm here. So I value that a whole lot. Okay. Now, that's the first question. So ask yourself, what are your values? What are your values? Now, second question to reflect on is, what are my strengths? What makes me me? What are those things I can do effortlessly? What are those things I do with ease? Is it talking to people? Is it planning? Is it execution? Is it, what am I good at? There's something. What are my strengths? You could have many. I have many strengths. It doesn't eliminate that you have weaknesses, but the focus is your strength. Okay? Your strength. What are your strengths? Third question is, what are my talents, or what is my passion? We all have talent. Mine, what's your talent? Or what's your passion? Dancing. Really? You know how to dance good. Okay. So, so those things are kind of important for you to know. Every one of us, we all have values, okay? Strength is, I know I can make things work when I put my mind into it. I don't care about judgment. Awesome. That's a great strength. I can read songs. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. Nice. So you see, that's the thing. Every one of us needs to find out what our talents are. That's so me. I am adaptable anywhere I am. Like, I can easily just blend in. It's such an easy thing for me to do. You see, that's why we have a lot of things in common. That's why I say you're my sister. See, I didn't even know that part. So these are the questions I want you to reflect on. What are those things? These are the three questions. Reflect on. Once you can find this, then you know what your inner strength is, because your talent is different from my talent. Your strengths are probably different from my strength. My values are different from your values. That way I can leverage on those things and be able to get a lot done. Okay, so let's move on. How do we now, maintain this inner strength? What is Versatility is nice. You're very versatile. That's sweet. That's sweet. How do I maintain my inner strength? So, like I said, inner strength is not external, it's internal, which is why I said, how do I maintain my inner strength? If you look at that image on the screen, you can see that the whole ground is dry and broken. That's how dry the ground is. Yet, a very tiny green plant is emerging from a place that is dry. So that's the thing. It is maintaining what you already have, but not testing myself too much with nonsense. Okay. So that little plant you see there, whatever it's doing underground to keep it alive like this is the maintenance. That's maintenance. You must be able to maintain your inner strength. You must be able to nurture it. You must be able to keep it, because there are certain things you allow into your life and your inner strength will just be kaput. It will just be gone. So how do I maintain my inner strength? Let's see. Next slide. How do I maintain this beautiful inner strength that I've discovered? Build resilience muscle. That's the first one. Now, again, I did specifically use certain images here because I wanted us to see it and, participate. You can see that this tree has been chopped. And from what I can see, it is even tied, like it has some metal and stuff attached to it. Somehow, like the tree is giving birth to another part of it in the small form. That's resilience. That's saying no matter how much you cut me down, I'm going to come up. I'm going to be here. That is resilience. And how do you nurture resilience? How do you build the resilience muscle? Practice self-care. Learn to relax and recharge. You are not a robot. Do you know, I found out that even robots have a certain number of time, like hours, that they need to shut down so that they can perform optimally. These are machines that are built to work. They don't have emotions. They don't have any of those things. Yet, they need to shut them down for a number of hours for them to be able to function. So how much more us, who are flesh and blood, who are human beings? You must learn to relax. I tasted even, I rested, Tessy. If my mind is not at peace, my whole world is, oh, really? I respect my inner world and I keep it at peace so the world I'm handling is not messed up. So true, and that's so important. That is so important. Being able to keep that peace. Peace is so important. And one of the ways to have peace is to just relax and recharge. Learn to just quiet everything else, quiet the noise, and just come inside and just relax. Just relaxation exercises for me are so good. I don't play with my routine. I always have my my meditations in the morning. The days I don't, I make sure I find time in the evening or the next day to do it. They help me put my day in perspective. Okay, so practice self-care by relaxing and recharging. Now, reframe negative thoughts. Yes, first thing in the morning. Refrain negative thoughts. Flip the script. So I'll say this to say, whenever those thoughts come to your mind, like, if I don't do this today, my whole life is going to crash. Reframe it and say, I know I need to get this done, but I'm unable to right now, and it's okay. I'll find time to get it done. You need to be able to allow, because your brain is actively learning from you. Your brain is noting down your behaviors and is creating patterns with it. So if you're in the habit of always saying negative thoughts or acknowledging negative things and just going on, your brain is going to keep giving you that. It's just going to keep saying, every time there's a negative word, everything in your head just goes up. And you start worrying, anxiety, you're anxious about this. Recently, I've started working on my anxiety because I realized that I like things being planned and I like them going in a certain order. But I also realized that they don't have to go in the order that I like them going. As long as the results are gotten, it's okay. So when I don't get things done in the way, let's say I'm supposed to be somewhere and then I miss my time, I start panicking. And when I panic, anxiety sets in, I forget things. I forget either something at home or I just forget things. Sometimes I even start to, jumble my words. I try to, it messes up with me. And so as much as possible, if you notice, whenever I'm talking with you guys, I try to be real and be simple. I'm not forming anything. This is me. If you meet me outside this meeting, I'll sound the same. You would not find me using bogus words just because I'm speaking with you. I realize that it's a problem for me to try to be somebody else. That's not me. Mine will be mine. I will be me. So I work on my mind consciously to refrain those negative thoughts. Another thing you can do in building resilience is surround yourself with superheroes. I call them superheroes. I call them supportive friends. People who will gear you up. People who are there to have you on their shoulders when you're down. I have had a lot of help, supportive friends. In fact, I would say I have quite a number of superheroes. I have quite a number of superheroes. And I know that mine will say, oh, Tessy, you're killing me with compliments, but she's one of them. And she is that because I'm able, even though we don't have personal talks a lot, what I'm given the opportunity to share and hone my skills and basically be able to talk with people. That is her being a superhero. That is her thinking of me. There are other people that she knows, but somehow she barely knows me and she calls up to me and says, hey, do this for me. I want you to do. That's because that she may see it as, oh, I'm burdening this girl. I'm not even paying her. We're not even saying appreciation. We're not sending anything to her. Yet she shows up. For me, I see that as your way of supporting me. And that's what friendship is. Friendship is beyond just the sweet talks and the lovely time. It's also looking at the person and saying, hey, I want to support you in the journey that you're going. I want to be part of your story. I want to be able to stand and say, I know somebody in Nigeria. I want to be able to say, I know somebody here. That's being a supportive friend. So right now, if you're listening to me and you don't have superheroes around you, I want you to revisit that. It's the end of the year. So it's a good time to actually sit down, make a list of all the people who have supported you this year, and those who did not support you but pointed out all the things that could go wrong. And you know what to do with that list. I won't tell you what to do, but I'm sure you do know what to do with the list. Make sure that you're surrounded. The world is growing so fast. You see, this friendship thing, mine, is so important. Flush them out. Awesome. You took the words right out of my mouth. I didn't want to use that. Thank you for being my mouthpiece, mine. So the world is crazy. There's so much happening. Family is being disrupted. It's like there's a war against family and friendship. A lot of things people are just there to get from you. These days, you hardly find someone who is in your life to actually love you for you, regardless of what they are getting. And that is not, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. So please, because the world is the way it is, I want to encourage you guys. Please make sure you dedicate your time to supportive friends. Yes, we have snakes, not friends. Yes, I do know that, but you need to tell yourself that I will find supportive friends, supportive people. Okay, so that's how you build resilience. That's how you build resilience. Let's move on. So that's one of the ways to maintain your inner strength, building resilience muscle, right? And so the next one will be mindfulness magic. I just mentioned it. And the mindfulness magic is basically learning to reduce stress and boost your focus. And mindfulness exercises like guided meditations, okay? Guided meditations are important. Deep breathing, okay? So we're going to do something before I keep talking. Everyone where you are, just for the next few minutes, if you can, please put on your what's it called, your cameras. Mine had mentioned it earlier. Please put on your cameras, everyone, if you can. Not your microphones, please, just your cameras, okay? It will also help Urooj take some good pictures of everyone who is here. So please put on your cameras for a bit, just a few seconds. I want us to do something. I want to teach you something that you can use going forward that could help you. If I have a few people, oh, thank you very much, Nafisa. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you. Who else is going to join us? I can see 3 people's cameras on. Let me swipe to see maybe there are other people down there. No, there's no one. Just Nafisa and Mayan. Okay, just one more person joins us and we're good. I like 3. 3 is an interesting number for me. So my favorite numbers are 3 and 7, by the way. So yeah, I love 3 and 7. I don't know why, but I do love 3 and 7. Okay, so since I don't have a lot of people here, I'm going to assume that we're all listening. I can see the interaction, so I can assume that we're all listening. But at least I need Nefisa, you went off. Anyone else wants to join? So we don't take our time. Let's just go. Oh yeah, Nefisa is back. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. One guy should have just joined us, so that it's not like it's a ladies thing, but it's okay. It's okay. So wherever you are, I want you to relax as much as possible. Just relax. Just try to, I want you to do this. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. Okay. You're going to breathe in for 6 seconds. So take in your breath, and this is the right way to breathe, through your nose. You breathe in through your nose, you exhale through your mouth in an O shape, slowly. All right. So we're going to breathe in for 6 seconds. We're going to hold it for 4 seconds. And then we're going to release it for another 6 seconds. Okay. If you want to close your eyes so you feel it, awesome. If you don't want to close your eyes, that's okay. I just want us to practice. Okay. So relax, no pressure. You don't need to see my beautiful face. You can close your eyes if you want to. Okay. So let's breathe in. So 6 seconds. Hold it for 4. Now exhale slowly. Now let's do it again. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it. Now breathe out slowly through your mouth. Now you're going to do it without me. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Now let it go through your mouth slowly. Okay, you can open your eyes now. How did you feel? Mayin, how did you feel? Nefisa, how did you feel? I think Mayin should share first. Shoulders. Okay. They feel loose, right? Relaxed. Awesome. Nafisa, how did you feel while you were doing that? Your microphone is muted, so I think you can type. Relaxed. Oh wow. Interesting. Burdenless. See it. That's good. I'm waiting for Nafisa's text.
Well,
Cool. Okay.
very
Okay.
good. I am able to get my focus on my target.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Thank you for sharing. Now, the purpose of doing this exercise is basically to it helps you relax. Sometimes there's so much pressure on your shoulders, on your back, because you store tension in many parts of your body. You store tension in your neck, on your shoulders, on your back, your lower back. You have tension in different parts of your body. But when you're able to breathe in and breathe out, what happens to you is that you're able to just you're just able to it's like the whole world just stops and you're at peace. And so this is important for you. So anywhere you are, you find yourself feeling, you know the way you're feeling maybe uncomfortable or stressed or anything like that. Just remember what I just taught you. Remember to breathe in. I know sometimes it's difficult counting, but breathe in for a while through your nose, and after a while you just breathe out, and sometimes visualize that you're breathing out the stress or whatever it is that it's going out. Okay, so it's important for us to do that. Okay, so let's keep going now that we understand that. So mindfulness is very important. Okay, so the next on the list after mindfulness magic is to overcome self-doubt. Yes, I can. Self-doubt is the killer of a lot of things. So I'll share a story with you guys. I like to share stories. I'm sure you know that about me now. I'm sure you're always looking forward to my gist. And I'm probably not I'm probably not what I'm going to be taking from my slides because I have a lot of interesting things to say. Now, I had earlier on in later part of the last quarter, you know, equal to okay. Wow, there's a lot of messages we need to attend to. I can't wait to attend to them. Okay, let me finish up with this. Now, towards the end of this year, I had put up my I'm a mental health counselor. I'm sure you all know that. Okay. And I had to increase the cost of my services because when I had started, I was scared that I couldn't meet up. Like, who would want to come to me? I knew what I was doing. I mean, I knew I was a phenomenal mental health counselor. I know I am a phenomenal mental health counselor. However, when you're not very known by people, there's a tendency to think that people will not patronize you. So I had said to myself I was going to increase the value of my services next year, but I had made the new rates, like recently, I think like 2 months ago, only for me to, say, oh, I will implement it in 2025. I don't know if they can afford it. It's the first time. What if they run away? What if they don't come back? All of those things and all. And so I took a deep breath in and I sent the person my new rates card. And the person was like, oh, that's fine. I'm like, okay, you would need to pay for like 4 or 5 sessions. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's okay. Immediately after the session, they sent me the money for the 4 sessions. I could have missed that. I could have completely missed that if I didn't overcome self-doubt. And that's how you do it. Do it afraid. The question is not about it being scary. It's no matter how scary it looks, do it anyway. How would you know if you don't try? So overcoming self-doubt is so important because it kind of really helps you build and maintain your inner strength, okay? And how do you do that? Recognize negative self-talk. So you see all those things that you're always saying, I'm not good enough. I'm broken on the inside. Like I think I saw someone post here on the group. I'm like this, I'm feeling like that. The reason you are feeling the way you're feeling is because you are acknowledging it and staying there. It's okay to acknowledge it. Okay. It's fine to acknowledge it. But you see, negative self-talk is like pouring ink in a glass of water. Do you have the ink? Yes, you do. But the ink is going to poison you. So acknowledge that the ink is there and leave it there and take your clean glass of water and drink it. That's what you do. It's like having a pills to take for a particular illness. You know that if you take overdose, something is going to happen to you. So take the regular dose. Refuse negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I'm the only woman here. Women are not acknowledged where I'm from. I do this. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. No, it's okay. We know you don't. It's already obvious. It's already a fact. What we want to do is recondition. What we want to do is challenge and reframe it because your brain is learning from you. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what is true or not. It only hears what you say. So what are you saying to yourself? Which is why they say things like fake it till you make it. What they're actually saying is live the dream that you want and say the dream that you want more than you acknowledge the things that are happening around you. Yes, it's conditional and temporary. Money comes with time. Yes. So you actually need to say where you want to go to. Challenge it and reframe it. I challenged it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put it up. Whoever wants to pay will pay. And I did. And I kid you not, I've gotten 2 clients who have paid for multiple sessions on the new rates that I was waiting to post in 2025. Now I'm even considering increasing my rates in the next 6 months. So if I didn't take that big, bold step, I wouldn't have gotten it. So you must overcome self-doubt. The only reason why people don't believe in you is because you doubt yourself. People believe in action, not in assumptions or perceptions. They believe in action. If you say you will do something And people say, oh, you can't do it. We know the family you're from. Your family is not good enough. You won't get it done. Or this is not good enough. Tell them I can't do it. Not because you are trying to make them believe in you, but because you are trying to make you believe in you. Do things for you, not for other people. So take that step. Focus on your strength and celebrate your wins. Celebrate all the things you've won this year. I was looking back on my year. When I started the year, I honestly did not know this is where I was going to be. I had no clue I was going to be here. I had no clue I would have achieved what I've achieved in this year so far. I had no clue, nothing, absolutely nothing. And so when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, this is me not planning. Like I didn't plan. I just said, let me go with the year. That's what I said. Let's just see what God has in store for me. And I left myself open. And here I am today. So imagine when I now put my mind to it and now set actual plans and decide that's what I want to do. So focusing on your strengths and celebrating your wins. Now, support system, you see? Yes, you are your own competitor. Awesome. Yes, that's the thing. Don't compete with other people. Compete with yourself. Support system. Surround yourself with positive vibes every time. That's me. If you go on my Instagram, you will see how I'm always shouting. I'm always excited about something. I recently dropped a video on how you can have a great Christmas. Okay. On my Instagram. I'll probably drop that in the group, my Instagram page on the group, so you guys can go check it out. I said by saying I'm excited, I'm always excited. Like, every time I'm on the video, people think it's unrealistic, but it's not, because I choose to be positive all the time. I have been in a place where I wasn't positive, mine, and it dealt with me. I've been in a place where I allowed my whole problem, it was weighing on me. It swallowed me up. And so I choose to be positive. If someone will say, oh, but you're pretending. Oh, that's not pretending. My brain doesn't know I'm pretending. My brain reads it as this is the mood that gives her dopamine. If dopamine is released in your body, it's a feel-good feeling. It's like a reward for doing something great. And that's what you need. So this is basically what you need to do. Overcome self-doubt. Say to yourself, yes, I can. All right, let's go on. I hope we're learning. I can't wait for all the questions, because the chat box, the chat session is buzzing. Embrace your awesomeness. Oh, this is my favorite part. Embracing me. Be comfortable. Thank you, Nafisa. Be comfortable being you. Self-love. Embrace your awesomeness. This is how I am. This is the beauty of me. Embrace it. Embrace yourself. If you're fun, someone says things like, you like to dance all the time. You're always, oh yes, I choose to be happy. That's me. They're like, why are you always like, that is me. I am me, and it's okay. I'm embracing my awesomeness. If I'm not here to help you, I won't come here and display somebody else. And then when I'm outside, I'm displaying someone else. No, that's not being real. My brain is going to be confused. Like, where do you want to stay? So embrace your awesomeness. You are beautiful the way you are. You are amazing. Embrace your awesomeness. Here we are unleashing your awesomeness. So embrace it. You already have it, okay? Empower yourself. We already said this in the start. Empower yourself. If you know those things that you need to achieve where you're going to in your career, empower yourself. This is one of the ways of empowering yourself. Being here and listening to me and getting motivated and getting inspired. Empower yourself. Attend skills. I love what Mine is doing with Men Ascension, giving people the opportunity to intern and to become better and build. That is it. That is you empowering yourself. Find a skill that you like. The new year is coming. The new year is coming. Don't let it go. Know yourself, what you really want from life. Yes, and find ways to fulfill that. Yes. Empower yourself. A new year is coming. Make plans on the new skills you want to learn. And they don't only have to be skills that relate to your career. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't have to be skills that relate to your career. They can be skills on how to talk to people better. You want to do communication. It could even be mental health. Go and see a therapist. I'm a therapist and I'm open to seeing people from all over the world. I don't have a limited audience. So if you want some therapy, you can come and meet me. I'm pretty affordable. Okay. You know, start your year or end your year seeing a therapist. Why? So that you're able to empower yourself, know your strength, know who you are, know this is what I need for where I'm going to. Help the therapist will help you sort out whatever it is that you need to do. Okay. Sort out whatever it is that you need to do with yourself and be able to move forward. We all need to sit and talk with someone. We all need to. It will shock you to know that I also have a therapist. Oh yes, you can say that your therapist has a therapist. Oh yes, I do have a therapist. Okay, because after listening to all my clients and having all of these things, what do you think happens to me? I have the weight of everybody on my shoulders. So I need to talk to someone who would also help me, distress and, do all the things that I need to do. All right. So please, by all means, empower yourself. Go get a skill. Nobody here, nobody in my better half is my punching right. So find a way to do something to yourself. Nobody in Women Ascension should be caught sleeping on the bicycle. So that's a slang we say in Nigeria for slacking. When someone is slacking or someone isn't doing what they should do, we call it sleeping on the bicycle, right? So who sleeps on the bicycle? You literally fall. All right. So I want you to go empower yourself, learn something, do something for yourself. Okay. Do something for yourself. Learn how to speak. If you know you have issues with confidence, like I said, go and see a therapist, work on your confidence, go and do self-discovery, learn something, learn a skill, learn how to do social media posting, learn how to take pictures, learn how to do videos, learn something, learn business management, learn financial management, go and learn a skill, empower yourself. Whatever the dream in your mind is of who you want to be, you need to go and sit down and ask yourself, who is the person I want to be? This month on the mentorship group, we're talking about mind reconditioning. I'm sure mine will get out the flyers when they're ready. You would know about it. So make sure you're on the group. I'm sure you will get it. We're going to be talking about mind reconditioning, how you can recondition your mind from the way it was so that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. Okay. Because the way you are is probably the reason why you can't move forward. Okay. So we're going to talk about how you can change the perspectives that are not working for you and embrace the perspectives that are working for you. All right. That's what we're going to do this month. But now, again, I say it again with my full chest and with all of my heart. Empower yourself. Go and learn a skill. Don't stay. Go and learn how to make hair. Go and learn how. Just go do something. Go do something with yourself. Make sure you are getting all the skills you need to become a boss or to become that person who is impactful. Go learn something. All right. And next slide. Finally, words from me is nobody in this world should love you more than you love yourself. Nobody. The only person that loves you more than you love yourself is God. And I am very certain that he has got good plans for you. I'm very certain that if you go to him and ask him to help you, find out what it is that you want to do with yourself and how you want to go, he will help you find it. Like I said, inner strength is inside. And the only person that knows you truly on the inside is yourself and God. So make sure you find time and connect with him. Make sure you find time. Just love you. Yes, man, be kind to yourself. Love you. I can't emphasize this enough. Nobody has to tell you who you are not. You determine who you are. God determines who you are, first of all, and then you support it. Other people may say what they think you are because there's only one person that knows you, and that's God the Father, and you. So if you don't know enough of yourself, ask him. And also go seek some professional help so you can discover yourself. And the other thing I'm going to say to you is this. Inner strength doesn't mean that you'll never cry. It doesn't mean that you never feel sad. It doesn't mean that life will not go sideways. You may have lost something, but the reason you are alive is because God did not allow you to lose everything. You've lost one thing, doesn't mean that you've lost all of it. So feel free to get up from the ground when you fall and keep going. Inner strength is there. Yes, he has bigger plans for you. You just need to be open. That's just what you need. Be open. A lot of us are like this, and we don't want to change, we don't want to adapt, we don't want to be open, we don't want to share. Be open to receive. That's the only way. You can't receive like this. You can't receive like this. You can only receive like this. This is the posture for reception. And the only way you can receive is having an open heart. Okay. So this is me to you. You've got what it takes. You have every single thing it takes to be you. And I don't want you to believe in yourself less. Today you're this way. Many years from now, you're going to look back and say, thank God I did hear this about inner strength. And you're going to become that person that God wants you to be. And more importantly, that you see yourself as, And that's it from me to you. This is the end. The next slide shows my beautiful picture that mine likes and me saying thank you. Yeah, that's me in front of my house. Okay, so yeah, the
Very,
handle
very
there is Love
powerful.
and Life
Thank you.
Therapy. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's my Instagram name at lovelight_therapy. So you can go there and be in touch with me. And of course, I'm sure Mai must have shared my LinkedIn, so you can connect with me as well. Thank you, Mai. Thank you, Urooj. I am done and I'm open for questions. All right. Oh, so many messages. Oh, let's see. Mayin, I'm done. Urooj, I'm done.
In today's conversation, everybody opened up in the chat box, and I was
Oh,
seeing
wow.
it's not just one problem, it's so many things. People are opening up finally. At least they are
Wow.
writing down, and I'm sure in the coming session they will be speaking up. They won't be shy because I see they are opening up. That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah. I won't be able to go through all the chat messages, but at least I saw a few. Always be obsessed with yourself. Okay, yeah. Connect with me. Oh, yeah. Connect with me on LinkedIn, please. By all means, it's going to be on the group, so you
I
can
I have
reach out.
I have already tagged you in the post, but I'm going to send separately your LinkedIn account in the group so that everybody joins
Okay.
you. They must follow
Okay.
you.
Awesome.
And she
Awesome.
has amazing Instagram page as well. Please follow her on Instagram as well. I'm going to share that handle as well.
Yeah.
So we are going to do that.
Awesome. Beautiful picture. Self-love and respect. Be kind to yourself. Yeah. So I'm open to questions. Does anyone have a question for me? Thank you so very much. Oh,
I
this
have a
is
question.
beautiful.
Yes, Bete?
Okay.
Yeah, I always found myself that I really tried to be out from it, but I always fell into self-doubt. But I don't know why I always fell into it. I really don't know how to overcome it.
Okay. Okay. So self-doubt is very simple. Self-doubt is not believing in yourself, it's doubting yourself. The only way to prove yourself right or wrong is to do that thing that you're doubting about. There's no English I'm going to speak to you that will get you in the door. Start very little. It's a big deal. Again, like I said, that's why you need to work with a mental health therapist to help, because it's a mental thing. It's not a it's not something that we can write and give you solutions to. Even if we write the solutions for you, you won't be able to get it done. But one of the ways to eradicate or deal with self-doubt, it starts with the littlest things. What is the most little thing that you find yourself doubting yourself about? Do that thing with all the fear in your heart. I always like to ask this question. What is the worst thing that can happen? Okay, so give me an example of something that you want to do, Nefisa, that you are afraid of doing or that you doubt yourself. Give me an example, just one example. Let's work with that.
Let's just take example of a presentation. I really prepared very well, but I always thought Am I delivering it good? Am I delivering it perfectly? Am I my boy? Am my body gesture are okay, fine? And why some everyone is looking like this? Am I not delivering good? This like question always arise in myself and my mind.
Okay. So I want you to ask yourself this question. What's the worst thing that can happen in that situation of that presentation? What's the worst thing that will happen and you feel like the world should just open and you fall into it? What's the worst thing that can happen?
I feel like just I will get so nervous and I will just faint and feel dizzy and faint it.
Okay. Okay. Now that's the worst thing that can happen. You will get very nervous. You could probably faint and pass out. And if that happens, will you still be alive?
Yeah.
Will the presentation still be there?
Yeah.
So do it. I'm just trying to demystify whatever it is you're afraid of. Being nervous is okay. All right. Start with those little things. So I'll share with you how I was able to conquer some of my fears. Right. I had a fear. I think mine was different because I had a fear of spending too much on things that made me happy. So I love shortbread. I love McVitie's shortbread. And I used to always get afraid of walking into the store. I always wanted to buy McVitie's. But because I was, I'm trying to save money, McVitie's is more expensive here. And so I would go and buy a smaller biscuit. And I'll tell myself I'm saving money. But in actual sense, I was afraid of spending too much money because I didn't feel like I deserved McVitie's. So one day, I told myself, I'm done. I'm going to walk into the supermarket. Don't laugh at me. I'll tell you what happened. But try not to laugh. If you laugh, I will. I'm joking. So I walked into the supermarket and I walked to the McVitie's. Mind they had the biggest size of the McVitie's. I told myself today I will buy two, not one, two. And my husband was looking at me like, "What's wrong with you? Like, you don't need to buy the McVitie's. You can buy." I'm like, "No." Guess what? Right beside the McVitie's was the cheaper biscuit I used to buy. And he was staring at me in the face. It was like one McVitie's was three the prices of the cheaper one. Right. So I was like, I can buy like 6 of this one. Why should I have to buy two? It kicked in again. The doubt and all of this fear came in again. I said, no way, I'm going to overcome this fear. So I took it. As I took the two McVitie's biscuits, I was going to the counter to pay. I stopped at the counter and they were like, madam, this is the price of the biscuit. I was struggling to bring out my card. I froze. I was like, no, let me return this biscuit. I had no choice. I was sweating. The AC was on. I was sweating. I paid for these two biscuits. I walked out of the supermarket. I opened the biscuit. I ate it all. My husband was looking at me. I ate every single thing. And I said, finally, I bought two McVitie's. Did anything happen to me? Did my account shake? Did I lose money? No. You see? And from henceforth, I don't have a problem. In fact, I easily just buy. Once I go into the store, even if I don't have money, I know I don't have money that day. But I always make it a thing to go back. What am I saying to you? Your worst fear is no fear at all. It's valid. But once you do it, you have crossed the threshold. The problem is you are afraid of what will happen to you, but you won't die. You're going to be alive. But you will have conquered a fear. Even if somebody tells you you didn't do it right, you're like, oh, thank you, but at least you did it. How would you know how fantastic you would do at the presentation if you don't present? So that's how you start. Do it. Nike's payoff line. Do it. Just do it. Did that help?
Thank you so much. I appreciate
I was
your
afraid of
voice.
You're welcome, Nafisa. You're so pretty, by the way. You say you're afraid of nose. Oh, nobody was afraid of nose like me, mine. Me and no, we are back to back. I used to be so scared of nose. And that made me a people pleaser. And that made me one out. Because I wanted to do something for everybody. I wanted to be there for everybody. I couldn't say no to anything because I'm like, if I say no, you're going to hate me. You're not going to like me. I'm going to lose friends. All the things will come into your head. And when people start to say things like Tessy is reliable, you feel good. Like, yeah, I'm reliable. You can add it to your CV. It's a lie. You are reliable, yes, but you're doing it for other people, not because it's comfortable for you. Because guess what? If you do keep doing that thing, the day you're not there, somebody else will do it. Nobody's going to say, oh, we wish Tessy was here. No, somebody else is going to do that job. And it's just going to be like that. So right now, just like mine said, I don't care. If I like it, I do it. If I don't like it, I tell you no. It's up to you to, deal with your no. If you can't handle the no, I'm sorry, I can't do anything for you. I'll still call you the next day and we'll go get ice cream. It doesn't change anything, really. So, yeah. Any other question?
Thank you so much for
You're welcome, Nafisa. People who are not humble and understanding in your absence, they belong to my new word from you is flush them out. Honestly, that's my new word I'm taking from today. It's literally just flush, because there's no need. There's no need. People are handling the respect. Oh, respect is important. It is. First respect is respecting yourself. That's the first respect. When you respect yourself, I like to say this: people will treat you the way you treat yourself, and they see it. People can tell. If you don't treat yourself nicely, people will not treat you nicely. The reason why someone can bully you to doing something is because they can see that you don't treat yourself nicely. You don't respect yourself. You don't, and there are ways you show them. The way you dress, the way you talk to people, the way you look at people, it would show that you don't respect yourself. And so in turn, they will just treat you the way you treat yourself. And it's nobody's fault. So if you want people to treat you differently, treat yourself differently. Pamper yourself, love yourself, care for yourself, and that's it. Yeah. If there are no more questions. Oh, thank you very much, Nefisa. Yes, you will. As long as you're in the group, you'll hear from me. I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. I am tethered to Women Ascension like someone who is going bungee jumping. So I'm here.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. We can hear you say it.
Okay, thank you. Now you can see me as well.
Yes,
I
we can.
don't have any question, but I want to say one thing about the peace of mind that I'm a graduate of social sciences. I was doing as a volunteer counseling with the different psychological students. What I think the main issue that comes with a newly admitted university high school student is that they are afraid of facing the people. If a task be given to the students, they can't face the people. They can't express their emotions. They can't express what they have written in their notebooks in presentation. So what we have done in our social classes in the first year, that we conducted different seminars related to the peace of mind and the empowerment of the students. As you mentioned that you are doing the therapy, so just like that, we have started the psychological sessions, just reading their minds, what's actual inside their minds, what's happening in their life.
Mm.
So it's really important. Such therapy sessions and such psychological sessions, it really matter.
Mm.
I'm having experience in that. I really appreciate the things and the session of your talks and your presentations. Tessy, you really done good. Thank you so much for today's session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Saeed. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. That's because I mean, like, the thing is, just like you said, the seminars that are being held now, this is what we need a lot of people to know. And I think I caught a glimpse of a conversation that mine was having with someone in the earlier parts of talk, where she mentioned something about a boy not having confidence, and you were asking screen time, how much time he spends on the screen, does he relate with people, and all of that. That brings to mind a lot. The students are all paying the organization he's working for. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. So it shows that there is a lot of work that needs to be done on young people's mind, and that's because of screen. The advent of social media has made a lot of people so dumb. That's just the truth. And so the parts of the human brain that should be developed, that the motor skills, the speaking skills, the communication skills that should come from playing. I mean, in my time when I was born in the 80s. Growing up as a child, you would find out that we would interact a lot with people, with children around us, a lot of interactions, right? And so we grew up knowing how to say things like either no or talk, or someone ask you a question. A stranger wouldn't just come into your life and have influence over you, yeah, because we had interaction. But now, millennials, yeah, but now we don't have that, because a child is crying or needs some time and you're giving him a screen to look at. He just goes on his phone. And so now he's going into the real world and he can't relate. So I really appreciate what you're doing with the seminars and all of that. I do hope that we can work together on some capacity in any way possible. Let's keep preaching the gospel of mental health, and let's help young people because we're going to fade out at some point, and we're going to need young people to actually come up and take over. So if we don't deal with them now, then our lives are going to be miserable. So well done, Syed, on what you're doing.
Exactly.
Well
Exactly.
done.
Thank you
Well
so
done.
much. Thank you. Pleasure.
So I guess there's no more questions. Mine, do I have your permission to leave?
Yes,
Do you need
yes,
anything else from me?
yes, my dear. Tessie, thank you so much for taking out time, and you are so beautiful that you keep us, in a positive track. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tessie. And we
Thank
would eagerly waiting for your upcoming session, and we will be announcing in every platform that we have, and we cannot wait to have a conversation with you. So everybody, I will be sharing one more time Miss Tessie's LinkedIn. Please reach her out, follow her, and if you have further conversation to be taken, you can directly talk to her. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Thank you, Miss Tessie, for joining in. I see
you.
beautiful Novinin as well. That's great. So
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
Thank
Take
you so
care.
much.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
Thanks,
you.
Maheen. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.